Welcome, WTF Nation Radio, and everybody out there. Welcome to the Sports Bar, WTF Nation Radio's Sunday night live stream where we go over sports. I have my main man, Coach, in the building. Coach, say what's happening to the people.
What do you hear? What do you say? Good evening, King. You're looking good on the stream right now,
Hey,
buddy.
your boy got a haircut. I'm feeling fly. I'm feeling sexy. Even though I'm late, we in the building tonight. So you know what? I see we got a couple of people on already. Salute to each and every one of y'all that has popped up to the sports bar here on WTF Nation Radio live Sunday nights at 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time Zone. Coach, we got somebody that's on today with us. Without further ado, I want to just jump right on into it because his time is limited and I have wasted half an hour of it already. Live and in effect, people in Arizona, WTF Nation Radio's own CQ from Pop Culture Warrior is in the building.
Woohoo!
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Come on.
Hey,
Want to
we
hear
got
it.
Josh McMullen is from Arizona as well. Josh, are you there in Arizona as well at the NFL Super Bowl festivities? Let us know in the chat. CQ, my man, what is up, brother? Is the weather hotter over there in Arizona than it is
Oh yeah.
where you're from?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was sweating. Coming from 11-degree weather when I left to here in sunny Arizona. I think we hit 75 today. So it was a warm day.
You lucky joker. Now, what are you doing there, by the way? Why are you in Arizona? Tell us all about it, my man.
Yes, I am here for the Super Bowl experience. Unfortunately, not going to be here for the game, which is what I would have preferred. But I am here to partake in all the activities, all the activations, as they call them. I will be participating in Super Bowl Media Week, doing the media row, talking to the players, talking to the coaches, doing interviews. I'll be speaking with the media. So a lot of stuff. I just flew in late last night, and spent all day today at the Phoenix Convention Center, which is where the Super Bowl experience is happening. 3 floors of just wall to wall activities, experiences. If you go to the Pop Culture Warrior TikTok account, I posted some kind of live walkthroughs of us kind of checking out the different floors and the different activities. I've been posting pictures. I'll post a couple more. Crazy amount of stuff, and really unique experiences. For anyone who's been to like a Comic Con, this is like the football equivalent of a Comic Con. So there are athletes doing autographs. There are DJs playing music. There are different NFL shops selling their wares, and not just the traditional like NFL shop selling their stuff, but they have like I don't know if it's local or just big names. So there's like auction houses doing autograph sellings. Wilson, that does the footballs, they have their own section of the building, and they're building balls live. Like you can watch them as they're building the balls. They're selling their stuff. I mean, it's really wall to wall. Then there's all the activities. So like you can partake in a 40-yard dash. You can partake in a football tossing contest. Or challenge. You can do field goals. Like there's so much foot drills and work drills. You can get drafted. I got drafted. You can get drafted. There's the draft experience where you
What
hold
is
up a jersey.
behind Mr. Irrelevant? That's what we like to know. Because that's where you would end up getting drafted at. Behind Mr. Irrelevant. Is there a name for that?
Yes, yes. The just missed it. Just missed out. But no, there's that. There's that. They have a mock setup of the NFL. Like if you watch NFL Network, they have the desk and the signs and all that, so you can kind of sit at the podium and do that. I mean, there's so much. There's all the Super Bowl rings are there. The Lombardi Trophy's there. Yeah, there's so much, man. We were there for my God, from 10 in the morning until I think I left around 4. So there's a lot. There's a lot to do, a lot to see. I took a bunch of pictures. There's a bunch of video. I posted. I see you sharing some of them, and I've posted some of them, and I'll be posting a bunch more of the videos. We did this like, oh man, it's gonna come out sick. It's really gonna come out sick. There's a ramp that leads up to a stage where they have the Lombardi Trophy, and you can take pictures and videos and stuff. But for the effect of the stage, there's kind of smoke kind of effect. But when you take this ramp up and the way the light's hitting it, it almost looks like kind of like you're running out to the field, right? Like you're running out to like
Oh
you're
man.
coming out of the locker rooms, and it's such a cool effect. And we got some great footage of us kind of like going up the ramp into the smoke and into the crowd and having the Lombardi Trophy there and the signs, and it came out really really cool. So I can't wait to share that footage. Where it's being edited as we speak, so that footage will be released soon. But yeah, no, it's a phenomenal time. Funny, I got a quick funny story, if I may, if I may.
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead, man. Give us the scoop.
So you never know who you'll bump into because we were waiting for our turn. There was it was like a passing drill where you could pass it to the short receiver or throw it deep for touchdowns and all that. And we're standing there, and I'm just sitting, and I'm thinking, we're just waiting our turn. And I kind of look over to my, there's a lot of people, and I see a very distinctive beard, and it's just one of those beards that you can kind of instantly recognize. And I kind of did a double take, and the guy I was with, I was like, "Hey, is that who I think it is?" Yeah, yeah. And it's Ryan Fitzpatrick, the
Ooh.
legendary quarterback who's been on just about every NFL team at this point, and now retired. And dude just standing there in like a Hawaiian t-shirt, and he's just with his family, a bunch of kids, and I'm sure they're friends or whatever. There's a lot, unless he has a lot of kids. I assumed it was his kids and their friends.
I mean, he is
But
Irish Catholic, so
I mean,
it might be
yeah.
the case.
And he's so cool. Like no entourage, no security, just him, his wife, and his family, and they're just waiting in line. They're just waiting in line, and I'm like, hey man, I felt weird because I'm like, I don't want to disturb you. You're with your family and stuff, but I was like, would you take a picture with us? And he was just like super casual. He was like, yeah, man, no problem. And we took the picture, and then we just went back to standing in line next to each other. I'm like, this is a very strange situation, but yeah, we bumped into him.
That's pretty cool, man.
I'm
I've got the pick up now with you, his
yeah.
wife, and who's the person that's with you on the other side in the red?
Uh, So okay, that first of all, that's not his wife. That is Lisa Crutch next to him.
Oh,
She is a Wounded Warrior Project alumni. All, the three of us are representatives for Wounded Warrior Projects. We're all alumni. His wife was behind
okay.
during the picture. But I'm gonna tell Lisa you said that because I think she's gonna find that hilarious that you thought Lisa was his wife.
Hey,
But
I
yeah, no,
never
he was
want to
good.
assume things, so you said wife earlier in the story. I
I
figured
said his
that
wife
might
was
be the
there. Yeah.
wife too.
Well, she's wearing Eagles gear. How messed up would it be if his wife was like, "Go Eagles"?
Hey, that's
But I
probably
guess
why
not.
Ryan fell in love with her. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they are in the Super Bowl, so it's like, well, we root for one of the teams. But no, it was great. I mean, they've had some amazing players show up to do autographs and different appearances. Obviously, I'm a big Giants fan, so Hodgins was here, and I got a picture with him and got him to sign a ball for me. I mean, James Conner's here. Tua Tagovailoa is going to be here, I think Thursday. I think he's doing an appearance. So like throughout the
Good.
whole week, they just have players, just a never-ending stream of players, of legends kind of coming. So it'll be like from 1 to 2 o'clock at this pavilion, there'll be this player, and from 2 to 4 at this place doing signatures is this guy. And so it's really cool. It's a really cool experience. It's not overly expensive if you're already local. Like if you have to fly here and a hotel and all that, I'm sure it adds up. But the actual experience itself is not relatively expensive. I know I shared with you and a couple of the guys that like some of the items I think are a bit overpriced.
Oh, wait,
They're
wait,
selling,
wait a minute. Don't tell it just yet because that's part of the
Yeah.
show. So, first of all,
yeah,
Joshua McMullen in the chat lives down the street from the stadium. Plus, he works
yeah,
there. So, he said he is all over the place. Salute to him. So, I'm going to post up the picture of the commemorative football that you sent
yeah.
me right? This is the
Yeah.
Super Bowl 57 commemorative football. To everybody in the chat, while CQ is priming this story up, I want y'all to put in the chat how much you estimate purchasing this Super Bowl 57 official Wilson
Official.
football will cost you. CQ, continue, please.
Yeah, I won't spoil it. I'll give people a chance to guess in the chats, please. You'll be wrong, but put it in the chats. So let's. This is a Wilson football made by the Wilson Company, right? This is an official. This is what they call the Duke, right? The official football. It is commemorative in nature in that it has the stitching of the Super Bowl logo of this year, and it doesn't have the teams on it. Doesn't have any. It literally just has what's traditionally on a football, and then the Super Bowl logo, and comes in that nice cardboard box of commemorative ball. That being said, this I have to put a caveat here. This was in the NFL shop, so the convention center is 3 floors, 3 big floors. In the middle, the largest chunk of the middle floor is the NFL shop. That's their on-site NFL shop. So this was in the NFL shop, which I found was a little bit overpriced because if you went to the lower floor and the corner, Wilson, the company, had its own activation there,
Mm-hmm.
and you can buy that same ball for cheaper.
Mm.
So if everybody's going, you can find that exact same ball being made on the floor. I have video. I gotta send it to you. But they're making the balls and putting them in those boxes, and it's cheaper. So at the NFL shop, any guesses yet so far? Did we get any guesses of
We
how much it
have
costs?
one. Michelle on Facebook said, "Well, looking at the Beyonce tickets, she assumes it costs around $300,000." No
No.
guesses in the chat. Jeff Albano said, "Go to Walmart in Glendale; it'll be cheaper." Absolutely,
Yep.
Probably.
absolutely. Hey, Jeff, any
Yeah.
guesses before we do the reveal on how much this particular one at this specific shop costs? Please put it in the chat and let us know.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, there was a very there was a wide selection. So like you could get like the rubber footballs with like Super Bowl on it for like $20, $30. They had mini footballs that were the autograph style. So it like had Super Bowl. It had
Mhm.
like the logos of the teams, and it's white, so you can get it signed. I think that was like 35, 40. So there was a range. Um, but this was apparently like the creme de la creme, like the leather official, whatever. So to get this ball at NFL shop in the convention center, this was a 300 and what was it? 360, 350, three hundred
Boom.
sixty
Putting it up on
dollar
the screen right now. It
football.
just swiped up. $350. We had 125
$350.
by Joshua McMullen, 125 by Jeff Albano, and $80 guess from Mark Bergman. I think I told you about 120 or so myself as well.
Yeah.
So
Eddie, this
350.
is not signed. This is not signed. This is not even the kind of football you would get signed because you'd have to have a really specific silver paint marker to even get it signed. But 350 just seemed excessive. Now, I found out later. This is after I had already sent it to you. I went down lower. I found the Wilson section. They were building these balls. I watched them put it together, stitch it, fill it, all that stuff, and then put it in that same box. They were selling it for $200 at the
Okay.
Wilson booth. So you could save $100 by going 1 floor down. You could save $150 right there on site. But there was a lot of cool commemorative stuff. I mean, different companies were like, put your logo on this, put your name on that, and it's overall it's been such a cool experience. I'm so grateful that I've done this and I've gotten to I'm a big football fan, and so to be able to see the stuff. They had one shop that was selling like autographed items, and boy, howdy, my God, they were selling a helmet, a replica helmet. If people know the difference, like you can buy like
Mhm.
the street, real, and
Yep.
it'll be a couple hundred, and you get the replicas like 150 or whatever. But they were selling a replica Chiefs helmet signed by the Chiefs
Ooh.
Super Bowl team. So it had the whole, like from when they won this last time they won the Super Bowl, the
Yep.
whole team had signed it. it was selling for $10,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say about
Good
7K.
God.
$10,000. And I just stared at it. I just stared at it, and I'm just like, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But even like, so like they have Patrick Mahomes, jersey, the Super Bowl MVP signed jersey, and I think even that went for like, I think maybe 1,500. The prices are, for some of the stuff is astronomical.
Hey, you
Um,
being a veteran, did they give military discounts? That's a good question in the chat.
I out of curiosity, I did ask quite often at the different stands and different things. A lot of the like NFL shop official places were like, no, just no discounts given. But I did find at one of the signature sites that they were auctioning stuff and selling off autographs. I talked to one of the guys. I'm like, hey man, would you got like a military discount or a veteran discount? And they knocked a bit off. I was able to get a little mini helmet signed by one of my favorite players for a relatively good price. I didn't break the bank, so I think I spent like 150 on it.
He
So
said he didn't want to name
not
that
bad.
price because his wife might be watching.
I stayed within my allowance, within my budget for this.
All right. Hey, Brandon Lloyd, welcome to the stream. We are talking with CQ, who does the Pop Culture Warrior on WTF Nation Radio Tuesday nights. He is live at Super Bowl Media Weekend in Arizona. So we're getting the on the ground scoop from somebody that's there now. He's ran into Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's got a lot of stuff on the docket for tomorrow. So I thought I'd get
Hey,
one of the
hey,
station radio people on to tell us how things are in Arizona. I
hey,
appreciate you
King,
tuning in.
King. I do have an update though. For those of you that are wondering, Ryan Fitzpatrick has 7 kids.
So they
7?
were all his kids.
Those were his kids, buddy.
I,
Yo.
I think there was probably about 7 or 8 kids with him. So yeah, that tracks. That tracks.
Wow.
Wow.
Like
My
a herd of
man was
cats. They
getting
were all
busy. There's an Air Force base, the one that has the F-16s. I've been to that base. That's the only time that I've ever been in Arizona. I can't think of the name of it offhand, but I've been there. I
Davis
loved
Mountain.
Arizona when I was there.
Davis Mountain Air Force Base, the one over in Tucson.
Davis Mountain, that's the one that has the bombers. Which one has the fighters?
Oh,
Luke.
that I
It's
don't.
Luke. Luke Air Force Base. Shout out to Joshua for putting it in the chat.
Good
Davis
job,
Mountain's the one that I think had the bombers, but Luke had the fighters.
And
That
Davis
was
I
Mountain's
was gonna
got
say.
it's got the boneyard in there too.
mm-hmm.
Where all the
I was gonna say that I figured it had to be something because I actually saw a couple of fighters. I was wondering if there was any Chinese balloons in the air because a couple of fighters had flown by earlier, and I was like, "Huh, I wonder what's
now
going on."
they're all Myrtle Beach right now.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, hey man, is there anything else exciting coming from there? I know that you sent me something that had James Conner. Funny story. I had the opportunity to go to the draft in Indianapolis when he was there, or when he was getting drafted. That's when I had the chance to see Christian McCaffrey and him in person. Seeing Christian McCaffrey in person during the draft, you could tell he was just elite already. But one of the people that I had the opportunity to hang out with during the draft was James Conner's mom. Like we went and had dinner together. We hung out. She was so nervous during the draft and everything like that. So I got the opportunity to see, from the family members' perspective, how they feel as their kids going through the draft process and stuff like that, man. So that's my James Conner story. I'm hoping that you get the opportunity to ask him some questions tomorrow, possibly, and to interact with him yourself, man. He's a cool cat from what I've heard, anyway. I've never met him in person, but I know his mom is cool people. And to his mom, if you're out there watching, shout out to you and hey.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's here. He's actually one of the few people that I think have like multiple appearances because I was looking through the schedule and everybody kind of appears once, and I saw his name I think 2 or 3 times. So that's pretty cool of him to make that time to meet people. Yeah, for those that are curious, the Super Bowl teams, the Eagles, the Chiefs, were not there. That's because literally about 2 hours ago is when they landed here in Arizona. So they're just arriving today, late today, and I meet with them. They're meeting with the media, I should say. They're meeting with the media tomorrow, first thing in the morning, and then throughout most of the day. So it's going to be interesting. So tune in on WTF Nation Radio, on our social media, our Facebook, all over, because we'll be posting pics and stories, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the next 2 days play out.
All right, cool deal. Well, hey man, thanks for taking the time in your hotel room to join us here on WTF Nation Radio. Hey y'all, Pop Culture Warrior CQ. He goes live Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern. I see that you got the shirt right there as well. You are representing
Got to
yourself
represent,
out
man.
there, and I love it. Thank you for tuning in, my man.
All
Take
right,
it
man.
easy,
You
CQ.
guys have a great show. Love what you're doing, and keep up the great work.
All right, peace.
Later, buddy.
All right, that was CQ from Pop Culture Warrior. Let me give him the boot real quick. Das Boot. Wait, I don't know how to do it. All right.
There we
Well,
go. Now we got him.
I can't boot him.
Hey, $350 for a set of balls. My dear goodness gracious. I mean, the most expensive balls that I remember being bought around there were Tom Brady's when he deflated them. But anyway,
Let's check into the chat and see what we have. Yeah, Joshua McMullen said that Luke is the one that has the F-35s and the F-16s. I refueled the
all right.
F-35s and the F-16. For those of y'all that don't know, I'm a U.S. Air Force veteran. I was an in-flight refueler on the KC-135. I had the opportunity to refuel most of the current gen aircrafts that are out there now, except for the new tanker. But the fighters were the fun ones to have because the way that they're able to maneuver and come up and get gas in the air, it is a sight to behold. We got Angry Elf in the building on YouTube said, "How does PCW get to go to the Super Bowl media event? Because the brother has a nice smile." All right. When you have a name like CQ and you do a show like Pop Culture Warrior, you get the opportunity to go to things. Hopefully, one of these days, Coach and I will get the opportunity to represent this show and WTF Nation Radio and go and check
Oh,
out something like
oh,
that.
oh, that'll definitely be the day.
Yes.
But of course, my picture's probably already hanging up right there, saying, "Do not let within 100 feet of Tom Brady,
Hey, I'd give
because
a
I will
left
punch him in his
kidney
balls."
to do something like that.
Oh, I'll
Or
give him. I'll give him a left hook. All the pain and suffering he's put me through as a Jet fan for all these years. Oh, he deserves one.
Absolutely. Let's see. We got Michelle early in the building that said, have fun, CQ. Salute. He likely read that one. Captain Wayne Baconator Agerton is in the building. Said, "What's up, King? What is up to you? What's that jersey that you have on there? What is that jersey? We need to know this. All right." He also said that those are some expensive balls. Yeah, absolutely. And Angry Elf said that CQ does have a pretty mouth. Yes, he does. Yes, indeed.
Sure do got a purty mouth.
All right. Hey, if there's any sugar mamas out there, all right, any sugar mamas out
Whoa!
there in one of these Super Bowls that is looking for some arm candy, hey, look, all right, I can fit in pretty much anywhere, okay? I'm low maintenance. I don't need much, okay? I will make you the center of the universe if you got some Super Bowl tickets. Hit me up on Instagram at the actual King Smith. So, Coach,
Are you trying to be on 80 for Brady too? Is that what's
hey,
happening?
yes, that is exactly what is going on. You know, I was thinking about watching that, man. I do want to go check it out. I
My,
find it
my,
interesting.
my mother actually went to go see it the other night. She said it was a cutesy movie. She doesn't like that stuff. She likes more serious stuff. It was a little cutesy, fun little comedy. Just to hear Sally Field say "strap on," I think might be a good idea to go watch that movie. But nah, she said it was all right. It wasn't. It's not going to win any Oscars or anything like that, but it's a good movie.
Okay. Okay, I'll take that. I will take that. So let's get into the show. And let me see if I can pull this up properly here. Oh no, I was supposed to do something that did not
Uh
work.
oh.
Hey, this is somewhat of a struggle stream today, but we're
Hey,
gonna
don't
make it
worry
work.
about it, man.
We're
Don't
gonna
worry
make it
about it.
work. Angry said that 80 for Brady is based on a true story. Is it? Was it?
Yes, it is based on a true story. It is. There was a group of women that went down to the Super Bowl that he was playing against. That they played against Atlanta, and they got into the Super Bowl. Ended up, making this story that they all took a cross country trip to go see Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, and it ended up being, the best Super Bowl that he's ever been a part of when they came back from 28-3 against Atlanta in the Super Bowl. So they were there for it, and it is a true story.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. That's what's up.
yeah.
I tell you what, Josh said that you got to hit up Scottsdale for the gifts and the sugar mamas. All right. I'm going to buy my ticket here. Catch me a flight out there, and let them know that a under 40-year-old U.S. Air Force veteran is trying to get them Super Bowl tickets.
Oh dear God.
Hey,
Is that going up on Tinder right now?
ain't no shame in my game out here, player. Ain't no shame in my game. All right. Let's see. Let's get into it. So Michelle said that Warehouse is advertising it. Michelle, let's go see it if you're interested in checking it out. Let's go catch it. All right. I'm trying to cross post. I can't figure this out. So we're gonna go into our show. We got a couple of things to bring out to y'all. Okay. First thing is the XFL. The XFL is coming up. They did a fantastic promo video. And here at the Sports Bar, we have that promo video. So let's play it.
All right, bring it in.
Doesn't matter whether you're a player, a fan, a coach,
Or an entire city.
we all have a part to play in this game.
This is your moment to show up, to show out. So come with that hunger.
Bring that fire.
Bring it all in, because now is the time.
The XFL, coming February 18th.
The XFL coming February 18th. Have you ever watched the XFL game, Coach?
Oh yes, I have. I watched the original iteration and I watched the second iteration. The first iteration, way back in 2000, my cousin Anthony DeCosmo was a wide receiver for the New York, New Jersey Hitmen. The second iteration, I was watching it, and the games were actually much better right before COVID ended up shutting it down. But this iteration has one thing, and it's got me tuned in. It's got the jabroni beating. La 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 la, pie eating, trail blazing, eyebrow raising. Put your foot down on the pedal, step down on the gas. You know the one and only The Rock is gonna kick some monkey ass. Yes, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. If you smell what The Rock is cooking,
Hey,
my
man.
he is there.
Salute
yeah.
to you.
He's
That
running
was
it.
really good. Let me get the and the claps going. That was fantastic, man. You almost sounded like him for a second, too. I'll give you a 3 out of 5. To the chat that heard Coach's Rock introduction, how many stars out of 5 would you give that? Put that in the chat. Jeff said that was better than The Rock.
That was better than The Rock.
Joshua McMullen said that was pretty good. And Michelle said, great imitation, 4.5 out of 5. Hey, man, how does that make you feel?
Makes me feel like the people's champion, The Rock himself. I feel good about that. Thank you very much.
Man,
Yeah,
you got a
can see-
6.
You could see where I during the 90s where my favorite wrestler was.
Okay. Hey. Coach, we are 1 for 1 for what I'm about to do. Do you remember the last time when I had asked you to say your favorite line from this movie and I gave a countdown and we both said the
Yes.
same line? Okay.
Yes.
I am
Let's
about
do it,
to
buddy.
ask
What do
you
we got?
who is your most memorable XFL player, okay? The most memorable XFL player. All right?
Okay.
So, before I do the countdown, you got a
Man,
4 point.
all right. So you're basically telling me I got to go against my cousin.
Yes.
Because if I say my cousin's name, you ain't gonna know who he is, but I know who you're gonna say.
All right. Outside of your cousin, if you can think
Yeah.
about who I'm going to say when I give the countdown, let's see if we can go 2 for 2 on this. But before I do the countdown, you got a 4.5 out of 5 from Michelle, a 6 from Jeff Albano, a 4.5 on the rock impression from Joshua McMullen, and a 4. Oh, no, that's a 5-star. It could be a 4. I don't know how to translate this from Angry Elf. All right.
It looks like a 4.5, but hey, we'll take it.
We will take it, absolutely. So, most memorable XFL player in 3, 2, 1. He hate me.
Hate me.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
yes. Ding, ding,
Oh, yeah.
ding. We are 2 for 2 on the
Oh, yeah.
sports bar. Okay, he hate
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Give the people out there an introduction as to who he hate me was in the XFL.
He Hate Me was a running back, I believe, for the Birmingham team.
Mhm.
Now, He Hate Me, give me a second because I got to look his name up. He ended up playing in the NFL for the Pittsburgh Steelers. No, Tommy Maddox played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he was the XFL MVP. Give me a second. This guy, I think, actually played for the Carolina Panthers. Rod Smart, that's who it was.
Yep.
Yes, and played for the Carolina Panthers and was on the Carolina Panthers team that made it to the Super Bowl where they ended up losing against the New England Patriots. So was another guy, the linebacker who played on special teams, Vinny Churchill, who graduated with me in high school.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah. But
How do you
yeah,
know all these
Rod
sports
Smart.
people?
Rod Smart.
How do you know all these
All right,
sports
no,
people?
I take it back. He was on the Las Vegas Outlaws, not on that. How do I know all these sports people?
Yes.
Well, growing up in New Jersey, knew a lot of people. My family knows a lot of people. I played the heck of a lot of sports growing up before I went into the Army. I mean, for crying out loud, I was 5'8" with a little bit of athleticism, and I love to talk, so I got to know everybody. I will tell you that if I give you one player, he was a senior when I was a sophomore, and I played against him. Just thinking New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York around that time period, and NBA legend. Who do you think I would be telling you I played against?
See, around that time period, an NBA legend, Muggsy Bogues?
No, NBA. Oh, okay, he will be an NBA Hall of Famer.
Ooh.
Actually, I believe he is an NBA. He is a basketball Hall of Famer. Think 96, 98, somewhere in that time period. I played high school ball against him.
High school ball with somebody late 90s, so not in college yet or drafted. Man, my NBA knowledge doesn't go back that far, my man. So up in the
I'll
Jersey
just say
area.
this: you ever throw something into the trash can? You said his name.
No way. No.
Yes.
No.
Played against him.
You are kidding me right now.
Not kidding you.
You played against the second GOAT himself.
I played against the Mamba.
Oh, actually, no, he beat third GOAT. Kobe Bean Bryant Jr.?
Kobe Bean Bryant. I played against him one game in high school. I did not get off the bench. Actually, I take that back. I did get off the bench for the final 30 seconds of the game in garbage time. He was already sitting down. He was already out of the game. And he already blew us out. But yes.
Hey, there's
Yes.
somebody in Facebook, Jim Archterfield. He said, what about Ray Caruth? Did Ray Caruth play in the XFL? I know.
No, Ray Caruth played for the Carolina Panthers, and then he killed his fiancee who was pregnant with his son.
Yes.
No,
I knew he played for the
Yeah, and
Panthers.
then
I
the
was like,
son was born premature early.
ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
That whole story is tragic. For those of y'all that
That
don't know,
was,
yeah, Ray
yeah.
Caruth was an NFL player, and just like Coach said, he murdered. Was it his fiance or his wife?
I think
of
it was
those.
his fiance, but I know she was pregnant and the baby was born premature. You know what? Give me a second. I'm going to go Google him up real quick because I know Wikipedia's got him on there.
Yeah,
But
it
yeah,
was a whole
he
tragic
was,
story.
he was, so he convicted of murdering then girlfriend, who was pregnant with a child in 2001. He
Because
served
when I was in high
18
school.
years in the then served 18 years, and he was released in 2018. And from what I'm remembering, the child, had a whole bunch of learning disabilities growing up,
Mm.
and and unfortunate, just a damn sad thing about it,
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Next thing we talked about the XFL. I'm excited for the XFL. It is going to be doing its debut on ESPN,
Mm-hmm.
Hulu, and one or two other major networks February the 18th.
Yep,
Now,
after the NFL season, and it's good because there still is that itch to watch some football, and as long as it stays competitive, not gimmicky, and it's not a watered down version of Division One football. If you can just wait until, some people will wait until actual football shows up, but if they're competitive and they're looking pretty good and it's a feeder to the NFL, I'd have no problem with it. I'll be watching.
yep, same here. Same here. Absolutely. I think that the talent is going to be good, and almost everything The Rock touches is gold. I know that the Young Rock show that he has, I enjoyed that show. It was
Mm-hmm.
pretty good. He's had a couple of other products and things that he's launched or been a part of that has sold and been profitable and done well. So I think putting The Rock uh touch on this is going to be good for the XFL and for some of these players overall. Joshua
Yeah.
McMullen said, I'm curious how much The Rock will be involved, if any. Same here. I think from,
He owns it.
yep, he owns it. And from what I understand, it's him. There's this lady, I don't know her name, but they're like co owners of the XFL. And,
Danny Garcia, his ex-wife,
oh, the ex wife? That's
and
who she
business
is to him?
partner, and business partner.
Hey,
Yeah.
how many of y'all out there would be cool with being business partners with your ex-wife? Put a 1 in the chat if you think you could make it work out. Put a 2 in the chat if you're like, there is no way in hell. I have an ex-wife. My ex-wife is a very intelligent person. It would be like, on one hand, I could say, I think she would be a good business partner to work with because she is educated. She can make logical business decisions and things like that. And she's great with finances and great with money. I think she knows how to work the profit margins to where your business can grow. But yeah, we're exes for a reason. So I'm not entirely too sure I would want to be in business with her. Coach, I don't
Can-
know your marital situation. But if you had an ex-wife, could you be business partners with yours?
All right. You know what? First off, I don't know. I'm a rarity. Okay.
All
Because
right.
I've been married. I've been married to the same woman all throughout my military career. We've been married now 21 years.
Hey man,
Okay,
hold on. Let me
yeah.
do this right here. Salute to
Tw-
you and
21
Mrs.
years
Coach,
we've
my
been
man.
married.
21
Yeah.
years. That is a
Yeah.
long time, man. Rock on.
It feels like 10 minutes underwater. But but no, you know what? The Rock. I want to know how I'd be able to deal with it with like an ex-girlfriend or things like that. How to work it out. But The Rock has actually got a good idea. He does not have to pay daggone any type of child support or any type of alimony or anything like that because he's business partners with his wife. So he knows his wife's making enough money where he don't need to pay a damn dime.
There you go.
That's what gets us, man. We want to get out for emotional reasons. The Rock made sure that when he got divorced out of there, he was able to slay. Oh wait a minute, never mind. I can't say that word on air. One of the Rock's sayings, but let's just say some pie. And let's just say that The Rock made sure that him and his wife, she never needed any money from The Rock, and The Rock is worth hundreds of millions of dollars now, and Danny Garcia is worth a heck of a lot of money too, and none of that money came off of The Rock because they're business partners. We get divorced because we just can't stand the people out there. Rock gets divorced to make sure his wife's an entrepreneur.
Yep. Hey, y'all need to look at The Rock as a case study and copy that for how he's able to avoid shelling out unnecessary money. It's like, look, let's just make you a business partner in some of these things. Joshua McMullen to the question said, hell no. I imagine he said it just like that too. Hell no. And Jeff Albano said, no way. Pookie in the chat said, sometimes things don't work out romantically, but you still cool with each other. Hey, look, I am cool with my ex-wife. I joke about that kind of stuff, but we are great co-parents. We do communicate well. There's no arguing or anything like that. We just didn't work out romantically, but she is a good mother to our child, a great person. So I want to give a salute to her as well. I'm also paying lip service so that she don't come after me for anything else.
No, man. That's good that you guys were at least amicable, because there are some that just end way too messy, and when the kids get involved on it, it's not a good deal. So that's real good that you guys are doing it. Salute to you, definitely, on doing that, brother.
Thank you, appreciate it. Next story before we go into some of the other stuff. I'm actually going to share a video and then we're going to talk about Tom Brady. So we're staying around football. There's a lot of content around football that came up this week. And imagine, if you will, you're a college recruit. You're in Arizona. They have all of these skills tests and things. And you line up against somebody. And this is what happens.
Hoodie off. You know when they take the hoodie off, it's real. You patient. Oh!
Excellent catch. Excellent catch. Now, before I play the rest of this video, Coach, break down that video on what you saw. I'm going to start over.
All right.
You know when they take the hoodie off, it's real. You patient. Oh!
All right, so what'd you see right there?
All right. First, I saw that was a good back shoulder throw. Nice extension out from one hand, going out to the back. I really did like that. Now, I'm also watching it on Facebook because I don't see the live, so I did just see that you paused it right there.
Okay.
Kid's got a good break right between there, right off the line. You got a good break against the DB. All right. Are you still playing it?
All right. Nope. So I'm about to play it now.
Okay. Let's see.
All right. So I'll give you a potato to catch up because I know that there's a delay.
Yeah. Sorry, there's a little bit of delay, and as you guys can now be aware, I don't have the eye. Okay. And phenomenal one-arm catch. Great concentration bringing it in. Okay, was the yellow line out of bounds?
Nope, the yellow line was still inbounds.
Okay,
he made the catch.
Still in bounds. Let me ask the DB. I don't think the DB got a good read on it, but I will say that was a very talented catch right behind on that back shoulder in a good place for the quarterback to put it where nobody else can catch it. Phenomenal extension. Great, nice, soft hands. This kid's going to be good.
Okay, so I'm going to replay the video, and then there will be a reveal.
You know when they take the hoodie off, it's real. You patient. Oh!
Good throw, good catch. The coverage was excellent. People are hyped. He takes off the hoodie, and it is revealed to be NFL wide receiver Justin Jefferson out with the regular folks. That
man.
And the guy covering him was a college recruit or like a college player. I wasn't sure on the specifics of the kid that was covering him. But imagine having that opportunity like that to get out there to play some really good. He had some makeup speed to get to where Justin Jefferson was at, because Justin Jefferson barbecue chickened him off the line.
Yeah.
Definitely came back, but Jefferson right there at the end made a fantastic catch, and it was revealed to be none other than NFL wide receiver Justin Jefferson. I'd love to have the opportunity to do something like that and not get embarrassed. That's the key part, not get embarrassed.
In the words of Sweets from Coming to America, that boy good.
That boy good. That boy good.
That boy's good. Yeah, he is. He is good. Damn.
All right.
Man, and here I am thinking this is like some high school kid that we were going to go see. Now I kind of feel a little doped. It's damn Justin Jefferson of all people.
Right?
I mean, for crying out loud, the guy's, he's got some damn skills, man. He really does.
Yep. Now, Coach, oh, man.
Yes.
Have you ever been to a beach before?
Oh, yeah, man. I lived in Hawaii. Oh, yeah.
What was the most favorite part about the beach that you went to?
For me, the snorkeling, and then on top of that, the answer I can't give for fear that my wife is, listening.
How much
But
would you pay to bottle up some sand at your favorite beach?
man, I wouldn't pay anything. I'd ask a couple of brothers of mine, brothers, Bruddah.
The brothers.
Those of you, yeah, yeah. I'd ask a couple of them to do that, but I don't know. I know some people have that and make a nice collection, and some famous sand can go for some good amount of money. Bye. What you got there, King?
So when Tom Brady announced his retirement, he did
Hmm.
it from a beach. You could see in the live video where he did his retirement from. There were some landmarks behind him, some vegetation behind him. He announced that he was done with the NFL. And that was immediately followed up with some smart entrepreneurial person that went to that same spot, bottled up the sand, and put it on eBay. He started the bidding at $677 in honor of Tom Brady's career touchdowns. And would you like to take a guess at how much it is going for currently on the bidding? Just throw a guess out there. And for y'all in the chat, how much do you think that Tom Brady's sand from his retirement spot, the very public sand that you could just go to, scoop up and put in a jar, how much do you think that people are bidding for that sand? We got Joshua McMullen with a hundred
Hundred
thousand. How
hundred
much?
thousand.
One
Damn.
hundred thousand. We
Who's
got
buying it? Giselle with his money?
we got Michelle. She said again with the 300K. All right, salute to Michelle. She saw pictures of those Beyonce tickets and was like, you know what? If that's selling for 300K, everything eggs, the price of eggs are gonna be selling for
I,
300K.
I hope it's selling for less than that. What that helmet CQ was talking about, the replica for $10,000. So I'm gonna go under 10K.
So you're gonna go under 10K. So we got
I'm gonna go under
100K.
10K.
We got a 300K. Jeff said that he's a millionaire now from saying not quite, not quite, but there is the chance that he might get there. Okay, so a smart entrepreneurial person ran straight to that same spot. Okay, and included in there the proof, so to speak, of the
Hmm.
spot on where it was at, and he got two
Yeah.
jars. And the current bid, nine hundred
What the?
$99,900. So Josh McMullen in the chat was correct at 100K. And look how much time is left on the bid. If y'all can see the screen here, it is 6 days, 17 hours. I forget that this goes on audio as well, so I have to be good about narrating. But there were 119 bids that drove this up to 99,900 with 6 days left. Wow.
What the?
This is insane. Like,
What the?
this person has also sold other things before, and look, they're smart about taking what the market wants and then letting the market dictate the price. But there is no way on God's green earth that I'm going to buy sand because Tom Brady farted on it and then collect it and put that up on my trophy desk. Would you do something like this if you had the money? Let's say you were a millionaire, coach.
Yeah.
Would you do something like this?
Hell no. 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 Okay. This reminds me of the person who tried to package like air packets around Michael Jordan's retirement. There was somebody in back in the '90s that tried doing something like that, like, or a ball the freaking people who were trying to say like this is the sweat off of somebody's brow, or this was the towel that freaking Kobe Bryant wiped his balls with. No, come on now. Come on, look. If you're gonna spend that money on something stupid, buy a car. Okay, buy a car that you'll never go ahead and use. Buy a freaking Jaguar. Buy a BMW, buy a Lexus, buy a fucking Maserati for that much money. Don't ever use it. But it's going to be a hell of a lot better, and you're going to get a hell of a lot more value than buying some sand. And I guarantee you that ain't the daggone spot that he put it on. He probably got that over. It's a mason jar that he got from some other place that he visited, and now he's selling you his crap. The crap that he couldn't sell at his garage sale, he's now selling it to you for $100,000. Bullshit.
I'm curious if anybody else decided to follow back up with that and go to the same spot to try to get some more of the sand. Well, hey, he farted down enough in the molecules that if you went another inch, you could get some of that extra Tom Brady fart molecule sand and put that in the jar and see what you can get from it.
Josh McMillan just said that right there. Remember Luis's said, yeah, that's the one that I was thinking of. Luis Gonzalez, Game 7 from the World Series. Somebody from the 2001 World Series after he got that hit off of Mariano Rivera, which was a bloop. But his chewing gum that he had, he spit it out and somebody picked it up and sold it on eBay as well.
Wow.
Yes, that is true. Somebody did do that and somebody bought it. Why?
Hey,
what are you going to do? Put it in your mouth?
There's a market for everything. Yeah, girl e-streamers, let me change that. Women e-streamers are out here selling bath water and raking in more money than I'll make in a year from 8 ounces of bath water from an e-girl. So if there's a market for it, people are buying stuff. It's insane to me. Insane to me.
If I can just put the gifts on, this is going way back in time, but Dave Chappelle on the Chappelle Show had a gif of him in the bathroom, and it had a White People magazine and him just shaking his head. That's what I think should be coming out from that. You know what I'm talking about,
yep.
Right?
I remember that.
That's some white people shit. Jesus Christmas.
Let's go into the chat before we move to the next segment. Jeff Albano said it is usually the craziest crap that gets sold and that people are looking for. Absolutely. Yes. Michelle said that I'm living my life all wrong. Hey, Michelle, I'm telling you, feetpictures.com. You might want to invest and take a look at creating your own feet picture collection and putting them out there. I'm not above
How do you know about this website, huh?
Hey, I'm trying to find ways to make money myself. If I can't find me a sugar mama, there is somebody out there that will buy man feet pics as well. And your boy might have created his account already. Just go look up collection, the actual King Smith. All right. Oh, Joshua McMullen said, next someone will follow Brady into the can and bottle his pee. That's up next. You watch. Oh man, you know what?
Sell it as a sports drink to some bar flyover in Boston.
You know somebody would do it. Some Boston nut job would show up to try to get their kid to the next level, buy it, and then give it to their kid to try to make their kid the next Tom Brady. I wouldn't put that past somebody out there in this world.
All right. Hey, I hope Michelle Early just said that she's not above it at this point about the feet and not drinking Tom Brady's piss.
Yes.
That's some R. Kelly shit right there.
Hey, Joshua McMullen with the joke. He said, call it Goat Aid. Yo, you get the funniest comment of the night so far. That is fantastic. I like to try to bring jokes into this show, to this live stream. Coach is hilarious, but so far, Goat Aid. That's the funniest comment tonight. Salute to Joshua McMullen. And Michelle said, yes, she was talking to feet pick. We knew, but that was funny.
Thank God. Thank God.
And she said, I could care less about Brady.
Yeah. I mean, for all the torment that he gave, all Jet fans over 20 some odd years. Yeah.
All right, let's stick to football. There's a lot of football content today. Yes. A lot. All right. The next video that I have was from the NFL Gauntlet Challenge. Did you watch that today, Coach, at all?
No, I was ironing my pants. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to lie. The Pro Bowl game, the NFL Skills Challenge. Look, if I wanted to watch, that kind of thing, I'd shoot myself in the head
Oh
several times with a
wow.
BB gun.
I
You
like the
know,
changes that they
yeah,
made to
yeah.
it, man. I think it putting more fan
Nah,
interaction and stuff, and that people worried about player safety. I actually
I,
enjoyed what I did watch.
I get it. It's for some people. For me, it wasn't. It's not for me. I mean, I like the competition on the field. And it ended up being a glorified thing. I thought we'd be hearing, Peyton and Eli going back and forth a hell of a lot more than we did. When I tuned it in, it just seemed to be like a pickup F around football game with a couple people, jumping on trampolines trying to make catches and stuff. And just wasn't for me. Sorry,
Okay, all
wasn't
right.
for me.
I'm going to show what I thought was one of the coolest events. It was the NFL Gauntlet Challenge, in which there were several obstacles that these players had to do. And all right. So, they tried to make that as challenging, and exciting as they could. I thought it was dope seeing the different Gauntlet players starting out with the lineman running through the wall like they're the juggernaut. That was pretty dope to me. The flag football game had its moments as well. There was a part where I want to say it was Jalen Ramsey knocked over, who was the player? It was one of the wide receivers. If y'all know it in the chat, let me know. I was like, yo, that was probably the most physical part of the entire thing. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought the presentation was fantastic. It had its moments, and if you're gonna do something like that, eh, that's at least worth it than what the past Pro Bowls were.
It's definitely better than the Pro Bowl. I will give it that. I just think that the NFL shouldn't be charging people to watch something like that. I mean, for me, if you really want to make more fans interact, get it more fan friendly, lower the cost to it too. I've been to Hawaii for a Pro Bowl game, and
Hmm.
if you're selling tickets to the Pro Bowl for $500 up in the nosebleeds at the Aloha Stadium, I don't know how much it is after this inflation that you've got for these types of games. Just to see an exhibition and a skills competition and making money off of it. Look, the NFL's making hand over fist. They should make it as fan friendly as possible, and make it like $5 tickets. You'll
Ooh.
get a heck of a lot more people out there. You'll get some people interested, and all you're doing is having an exhibition practice out there. With flag football, with some people that, yeah, look, they might be your favorite players, but for me, like I said, Smith, I'm glad, King, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. For me, I'm waiting for next Sunday. I want to see actual football.
Okay, all right. Going back to the GOAT aid, Josh McMullen even wrote up a slogan. His slogan said, "Get you a mouthful of the GOAT, sold exclusively in Boston and Tampa. It will make millions." Absolutely. GOAT aid. Y'all heard it here first. And he also said that 7K for nosebleed seats for the Super Bowl is crazy. I looked at some of the tickets, and then when I realized that I'm too broke to afford those kind of tickets, I stopped. I didn't want to hurt my feelings anymore. Have you seen some of the prices for the Super Bowl tickets?
I have absolutely ridiculous with how much those prices are. It's a excuse me. It is a money grab, but it is also the primest money grab of the biggest game of the year. So as long as the demand's out there, the price is going to get higher and higher, and the average fan is not going to be able to watch the game.
Yep.
So it turns out to being just an entire corporate thing, and if you're lucky enough and nuts enough to pay for it, hey, not a problem there. And you know what? If it's your team that's doing it, and this is your once in a lifetime going, not a problem. I can understand that,
Mm-hmm.
but for me, too rich for my blood. I'd rather just sit and, I'd rather sit at home, watch TV, drink my favorite beverage and, enjoy the commercials. But I'm a Jet fan. What the hell's the chances of the Jets ever getting to the Super Bowl anyway?
In your lifetime, you know what? We
In
shall
my
see. We should see what the
lifetime,
Vegas
no,
odds are on those.
no. If the Jets ever do make it to the Super Bowl, I will get a tattoo of Mark Sanchez running straight into his old lineman's ass, right on my ass, and I will definitely pay whatever it is to go to the Super Bowl.
Hey,
But
I'm gonna clip that.
That ain't gonna happen.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna clip that. You
Clip
didn't
that.
say win the Super Bowl. You said make it to the Super Bowl.
Man, they're never going to make it to the Super Bowl. They're never going to make it to the Super Bowl in my lifetime, and I've already given up. I'm already beyond the end of frustration with it. They've got an owner who is just completely incompetent, and much like most New York sports owners, they're completely incompetent, and they're not going to luck into it because all they're looking for is to fill the seats, get the money, and that's all that they're really in there for. They're not there to make a competitive team. They're there to sell out their stadium.
Wow.
And that's all that they have.
Okay. Well, just like Michelle in the chat said, comparable to Beyonce tickets, absolutely. And smart people that are out in the area where they be hosting these big events, they're making money with parking. They're making money by renting out their rooms in their houses or renting out their houses entirely. And I'm not above doing it either. You might get the crazy person that might damage your shit, but if you don't, it's a good way of getting some income, and maybe, depending on how you're doing it, keeping Uncle Sam from getting into your pockets as well. Joshua McMullen also said one of the best ways to watch it for free, get a job at the stadium.
That's a good point.
Hey, he said that the Jets are going to go 13-4 next season. You watch. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, Jets are going to go 13-4, and then I'll get a hysterectomy. That's right. Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
Hey, the good part about this show, it will be live for people to go back and rewatch. I am going to clip this myself because I now have a vested interest in it. And for the people that are going to be listening to it on audio podcast, people will remind you of what you said when it occurs.
That's fine. That's fine. If it does occur, I'm going to be the happiest person on the face of the earth getting the butt fumble tattooed onto my ass and paying $7,000 for nosebleed seats so I can see the Jets in the Super Bowl. But it will not happen.
All I ask is that when you get the tattoo, I can be there and we can record it.
It will definitely be recorded. That's not a problem. I'll even show my face on air.
All right, let's see. Let's get another video going. I like to introduce these videos because they put some good content out there. This one was a video from TikTok. And when you take a look at the subject, and I ask you about referees, have you ever reffed a game at all on any level?
Used to, as a high school, I used to be an umpire for Little League Baseball.
No.
That's the extent.
No kidding. Okay, so did you have to go through any training at all to do that?
Went through some training and caught a lot of flack from the parents in the stands. But no, outside of that, you do have a little school that you go to, an umpire academy. And you do have to get certified for it. Yes.
All right. Is it a sexy job being an umpire or a referee?
No, it's not. No, I mean, but when you get up into the higher levels and you see it, you're doing your job. But it's one of the best jobs in the world. If you're able to do something you love and be around something you love every day for work, it shouldn't feel like work doing it. So if for those of you that are lucky enough to do that and keep that as your profession, God bless you. It would be great for you to do it. But if not, it might be work.
Okay.
It could feel like that.
There are some good editing people out there that can make being a referee look like it's a fantastic job. And I found one of those videos and I will play it for the watchers. If you're listening only, sorry about it. Go catch it on the video feed. Check this video out, Coach.
The officiating was god awful. There's no way around it.
Nobody wants to officiate anymore. They want to rely on somebody else to make the calls.
These refs have been bad this year. Have they been worse than ever?
I'm done apologizing. I am done being persecuted for my strength.
Personal foul. Holding. Rebel start.
Because you need me. You need me to save you. You do. You're not the real heroes. I'm the real hero.
Drinking dope turned me to a superhero, yeah. Hit that
Everybody shut up.
Oh, whoops. Might want to turn that referee's mic off right there, pal.
So, what'd you think about that video, Coach?
Okay, have a little fun. That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
So that track is from the artist Metro Boomin. He is a producer, and I forget who the rapper is that was rapping on that, but he put together a nice splice from the audio of The Boys, which is a show on Amazon Prime, and that was Homelander talking about, y'all need me. And that line that he gave, if you've ever watched The Boys, was one of the most sickest, dopest lines. Because Homelander, for those of y'all that don't know, he's like the evil version of Superman. And Homelander does not play around. If you like pop culture type stuff and you're interested in like the superhero villain dynamic, go over there and check out The Boys on Amazon Prime. It is probably one of the most exciting, funny, kind of gruesome action TV shows you will ever watch in your life so far to date. And they don't pull any punches. Have you ever watched it, Coach?
Oh, yes, I have. CQ's got to start reviewing that more than he does the Marvel movies on Pop Culture Warrior, because I love that show. It's phenomenal. I love The Boys. That was yeah.
For those of y'all that haven't seen it, I'm not gonna put too many spoilers out there. It starts out fast. The first shocking moment literally had me like this. What?
Are you talking about the first moment of season 3?
Well, there's the first moment of season 3
with the unintentional sneeze.
Yes. Not just that one, the first moment of season 1 too, but if you make it to season 3, yeah. But if you make it to season 3 too, the one of the opening scenes, you're going, what the man? Yes. I am recommending to the viewers out there, go check out The Boys on Amazon Prime. You won't see anything else like it. And if you have children, don't let your think action movies and heroes and villains. Oh yes, absolutely. No. Mature.
No.
I'd say 18 and over should be the ones that watch that show. Do not think because I said superheroes and villains that it is appropriate for kids.
And while you're on Amazon Prime, also if you see another show called Invincible, don't, unless you're over 18 as well.
Yes, and while The Boys is more real life, the Invincible is animated. But yep, mature over 18 is what I'd recommend on that one as well.
Amazon's making a killing off of both of those shows too, because those are really damn good shows.
Really, really good. Really good.
Really good. Oh yeah.
All right, Coach. Next thing that we have up. There's an offensive lineman who plays guard for one of the Super Bowl teams. A guy by the name of Joshua Sills, 25 years old. He has been charged, and I can't say the full word on YouTube because of censorship type stuff, but I'm going to bring it up on the screen here as soon as I can find it, and we're going to talk about it. All right, so let's see. Let's get this up here. Boom, and then boom. All right, here we go. Joshua Sills, an offensive guard for the Philadelphia Eagles, was charged this past Wednesday by prosecutors in Ohio. What charges were he charged with, people? Kidnapping and EPAR, which is a certain word spelled backwards. And with him being due to play in the Super Bowl, obviously he is not playing. That is a very serious allegation and charge against him. Okay. The Philadelphia Eagles play the Chiefs in the Super Bowl on February 12th, and his summons to appear in court for those two charges is February 16th. What has been said about this was that it stemmed from an incident back in February 5th, 2019. Okay. He was with two other people that was in the car with him as well, two other ladies. One of the other ladies got out, and he forced her to stay back and did some forced her to do some inappropriate things that she immediately went to the cops about. The thing that I would like to know, and if there's any viewers that uh, have more knowledge than me or coach, maybe you might know this. This is why we do this kind of show and talk about this kind of stuff. If this happened in 2019 and she went to the cops immediately afterwards, why are charges just now coming up and he's just now going to court? Is our court system and legal system that slow or that far behind? I don't understand it.
This may come back and bite me in the ass, but if I am correct, the victim in the party does have the right to press the charges whenever those charges, whenever she feels like it.
Okay.
Now, look, we could talk about that, timing or whatever. Luckily enough, this isn't a situation where this is kind of, like what happened with Eugene Robinson before the Super Bowl, where he was picked up soliciting a prostitute. It's happened a couple weeks beforehand. This guy is the backup right guard on the depth chart. He is, the second right guard behind them, but he's got like 4 right tackles that are going to end up filling him in. So you're looking even on the right side and the left side. He's one of the bench, break in case of emergency O lineman. So it's nothing that he's going to be missed, and he's not that big of a player and not doing something out there. So when you look at it, it's kind of not as big of a deal as it would be if it was a starter. But the timing of it does call into a little bit of a question on whether or not, I believe the victim. You can't say that, that didn't happen. You do have to believe the victim out of there. She just has the right to time to press the charges whenever she wants to. And she picked whatever time it was, and this is just the time that it was there. Now, I hope that this is, not the case, and that maybe it did take 3 years for it to finally go through, the Oklahoma. Yeah, was it Oklahoma?
It was Ohio. Charged
Ohio. Okay, yeah. So, I hope, the Ohio, I honestly do hope the Ohio courts don't take that long to prosecute some type of case. But look, whatever happened, he's got some damning evidence against him, according to the police report. And if that's the case and it's backed up by medical facts, got no sympathy for what this guy did.
None for me at all whatsoever. Let's see. Michelle in the chat said that there's a statute of limitations on crimes that varies by state and crime. And EPAR is 7 years in some states that she believes, but in the state of Maryland, it is 3 years. And now for those y'all, hey, what is EPAR? Spell it backwards to see what the word is. There's certain words you just can't say on different platforms, and the word that we're referring to is one of them. Okay.
Go to your sharp class if you want to know what the what the information what we're talking about there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
Yeah.
it's the things that some people do, I will never understand. I will never understand it. Oh, there was something being played in the background. I don't know if you heard that. When I first saw the allegation and the details that came out a couple of days ago, I was appalled. I was appalled. It didn't make any sense. I don't understand people's motivation for certain things. And if the law goes the way that it goes and does the things that it does and he's found guilty, I hope they bury him up under the jail cell.
Sorry about that. That was Nerf football that I was just playing around with. And
Oh,
apparently
okay.
battery powered. Yeah, I don't care if it took 3 years or whatever, however long it is. And the statute of limitations does come up there. And the victim has as long as they can take. Let's be quite honest, too. Most of the victims, really don't want to come forward with something like that, especially if it's in somebody's position. Now, we can't question it. And I don't want to question it. If this guy did it, this guy doesn't deserve the attention that he's getting. He should be just prosecuted for it allow him his day in court, whatever the sentence is, he gets that sentence. That should be the last time anybody ever hears from him.
Good. Same. I agree. We got one more story, and then we are going to close out today's live stream. But before I do, let's go into the comments here. Joshua McMullen said, maybe it took that long to get the evidence and a good lawyer, or maybe it's just perfect timing. ... He is going to jail for this one. That is what
he is.
I would agree with as well. Now, Coach, there's been some interesting news, and I didn't mean to have it already displayed up, but it is up here. Kyrie Irving, Brooklyn Nets point guard, has been traded before the NBA's deadline to the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas is giving up Dorian Finney-Smith, who plays the three. He's a small forward. Spencer Dinwiddie, an unprotected 2029 first-round pick, and second-round picks in 2027 and 2029 in exchange for Brooklyn's Kyrie Irving and Markieff Morris. I don't know if you've been able to delve too much into this trade yet. There have already been trade grades given out for this. When you first heard this news, what did you think about the trade? Is Coach still here?
Yeah, sorry about it. I still had it on mute. Sorry about that. Okay, I thought Kyrie Irving burned another daggone bridge, just like he did in Boston, and that Kyrie Irving, I will say this right now, is a cancer to the teams that he is going to be on. Much like Russell Westbrook, much like all these prima donna superstars that we see around in the NBA that are about themselves. Yes, he has won a championship with LeBron. Great for him. Okay. LeBron carried that team in 2016. You cannot tell me that if you watched 1 minute of that NBA final, LeBron carried that team from 3-1 down to win that championship.
Ooh.
Kyrie Irving has been a distraction while he was in Brooklyn. He wanted out of Cleveland. They sent him to Boston. In Boston, he had, cried and complained and everything, and they sent him over to the Nets. Now he's on Dallas. Dallas, you should be happy that your place is completely flat because, from my understanding, Kyrie Irving likes everything flat, just like the earth, like he believes that it is. But Kyrie Irving is a prima donna, and I am glad that he is no longer on the Nets.
Wow. I think Kyrie Irving is the basketball equivalent of Chad Ochocinco. Chad Johnson, a.k.a. Chad Ochocinco, in my opinion, was a phenomenal wide receiver. Yet his persona and kind of his personal stuff is what made the public have a certain perception about him. When you look at Kyrie Irving's basketball skills, that dude was almost like he was born with a basketball in his hand. I think his handles are second to nobody. Yet, I don't know if I'm a general manager, if I'm going to want him on my team. For as talented as he is, the fact that he missed those games due to the beer virus, okay, that's one thing. I get that the state had their state laws that they had after COVID-19 and stuff came about. And with the NBA players' policy on vaccinations, he made a stance that I'm not putting the vaccine in my body, and that caused them to miss out on a lot of games. He also said some very anti-Semitic. He made a comment about a movie that, in my opinion, publicly, look, you can say what you want, but there's consequences to the things that you say as well. Would I want him on my team? I kind of fall in line with you and some of the people in the comments. No, not really. Publicly, the people that are out there called the trade bad for Dallas. I'm curious how the usage rate is going to go because the ball primarily went through Luka. He carried the highest usage rate on that team. Kyrie is a one guard, true and true. Okay, he scores as well. Don't get he was like 25, 5 and 5.
Yeah,
So the
27, 5-5 is his
oh dang, I was
2023
close.
status. Yeah, it
Okay.
was close. Yeah, you got it, buddy. I'm literally looking at his stat page right now.
Oh wow, I
That's
guessed that
why I'm
joint.
saying that.
Yo, man, it's so. But I don't know with him and the usage rate that he carries, how that offense flows with the inclusion of him. Apparently, according to ESPN, before the deal was ran, they ran it through Luca, and Luca gave the okay for it. So it was
Hey, look,
graded as a D for Dallas, which is
yeah,
funny because D is in
and
Dallas.
and you know what? Let's be quite honest. LeBron thought it was great playing with him, and then a year after winning the championship, Kyrie wanted out. Okay, um, Boston signed a couple of guys to play with Kyrie, and then Kyrie wanted out. KD comes to Brooklyn. KD, straight off of winning 2 championships and 2 finals MVPs with Golden State, comes over there. Plus James Harden. James Harden wanted out. Kevin Durant wanted out during the offseason from there. You can't tell me that these superstar players, Kyrie wants out of playing around them because he wants the damn ball. And now Luka's going to have Luka's not going to see the ball as often as, he wants to, and as often as he has been. And Luka Doncic is a much better player and much more versatile than Kyrie Irving is. Kyrie wants the ball runs through him. And yeah, great. He is a superstar, much like Ocho Cinco, much like Terrell Owens, much like Russ Westbrook, much like James Harden. But he hasn't won a damn thing by himself. He hasn't led a team to victory as the number one guy. And Kyrie's not that type of player. And it kills me because his high school coach, Kevin Boyle, knows how to make team players.
Mm-hmm.
He made plenty of team players back in the day. Now, and shoot, even Krzyzewski made great players. But Kyrie is the one who, his skills transcend them all. And he has to be the number one, the center of attention. It's funny. He wants to be the center of attention, yet he doesn't believe that the earth has a center in itself and it spins around the axis. Okay.
Oh
Look.
man, Coach has been on it with the jokes today. With this trade, Spencer Dinwiddie goes back to Brooklyn, where he wasn't the Spencer Dinwiddie that he is now, but you could tell that he was good. So I think that now that he's going back to Brooklyn, a more improved player, I believe his stock is going to rise. And playing with KD up there in Brooklyn, I think Spencer Dinwiddie is going to be a name that people are going to be talking about for the second part of this season, coming off that going to that
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nets team.
No, there always is something where you're going back to a team that, originally drafted you, that you started to have a little bit of success on, and then you come back to it. I mean, all right, we could say all we want about LeBron leaving for Miami. Okay, he left from Miami to try to win a championship, but then he went back over to Cleveland, and what did he do in the second season? He won the championship for Cleveland and stopped that, almost 60-year streak of Cleveland not winning a championship. I think it was almost 70 years. Yeah, no, it's 60 years because the Browns won it in like the early 60s. So 50 some odd years that they had out there.
Man, I wonder
Yeah.
if the Dallas Cowgirls are going to be like the Cleveland Browns, where they had their championship years, and then there was a long period of time where they had a drought.
There's going to be a long period of time when it comes down to these owners, because the owners that were back in the day, especially, I think George Steinbrenner was the last kind of these owners inside George Steinbrenner and Jerry Buss were the last type of owners that you had in the sports, that they cared more about championships than they cared about the money. Look around at all of the ownership that's in the NFL right now, that's in the NBA right now, Major League Baseball, etc. They do not care, bottom line, about winning championships. They say it as lip service, but as long as there are people there at their stadium to give them money And to make the money, however the heck they do it, they do not care about championships. They do not care about team because teams are what build championships. Some people get lucked into it, okay? And I will say that the owners of the Golden State Warriors, when they purchased them in 2010, lucked into having a Steve Kerr who was a disciple of what Phil Jackson was doing with the triangle offense. And the triangle offense works with several superstars, just like it did with Steph, with Clay, Green, and Durant. They work in that way, and it was a team first out there. But most of these guys, they just care about the superstars playing for the team, a marketable person playing for the team, so that they can put butts into seats, make money off of that, and keep their stature. None of them care about the championships until they win a championship. And oh yeah, that's great. Hey, we won the championship. Now my team is worth a heck of a lot more. And it started in the heart of Texas with Jerry Jones. You cannot tell me that Jerry Jones cared about winning championships when he fired his two-time Super Bowl winning coach off of a drunken bar argument right before the season was about to start and hired Barry Damn Switzer to replace him with Jimmy Johnson's team. That talent brought Barry Switzer that last Super Bowl. And that was the only time that's the last time that the Cowboys were successful. The owner does not care about the championships. The owner cares about making money. And that's why you have people like Kyrie who are going to go around to team, being a cancer, but they are going to sell tickets and put butts in seats.
Hey, Coach has been in his bag tonight, and the chat is seeing it. Joshua McMullen said that Coach is on point. He also said, speaking about Kyrie, that you said it perfect. Kyrie is a cancer. Jeff Albino said that the McCaskies have been doing that for years
in Chicago.
Oh
yes, they have with the Bears. The Bears have not had a team, and all the McCaskies, what the heck is the H? The Hallises. All they care about right now is keeping that team within that same ownership group organization. But on top of that, too, they also have to navigate the ridiculous government regulations and oversight that Mayor Beetlejuice and everybody else in the state of Illinois have to deal with in trying to get them a new stadium. Maybe getting them that new stadium out there in Arlington Park. I can't remember the name of it. So if I get it wrong, you're right. But maybe doing that instead of having that crap revised Soldier Field that looks like it's, just an abomination from what they used to have. Maybe that will actually start bringing some winning into it. But all they're really doing is just trying to find a way to make more revenue off of a team that doesn't make any revenue off of their parking or anything else because their stadium is so terrible.
Chicago Bears fans, the views expressed by Coach on WTF Nation Radio are those of him. Do not come for me for what he just said.
Arlington Racetrack. Thanks, Jeff.
Hey, Coach, man, it's been good having you today. We are about to close out the show. I'm going to pop up here on the screen all 6 shows that we have on WTF Nation Radio. All right, starting with Sunday, what you're listening to now and watching now, the Sports Bar with me, King and Coach. The Monday edition comes on Monday. All right, I have nothing else to say about that. Tuesday night, you have Pop Culture Warrior, CQ, who was on at the beginning of our show. Wednesday is one of the new shows as well that started with me, The Smoke Pit, with Radar and co-host over there. On Thursday nights, we have Sergeant's Time, followed by Friday Night Freedom on Fridays. All shows on WTF Nation Radio are live at 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time Zone. As you're watching this on whatever platform that you're watching it on, if there's a like button, hit that like button, all right? It helps us out on the algorithms. That's the algorithm over here. Share it on your social medias as well. Put us out there. We are here to bring you various content across various things, and we love the people that tune in with us as well.
Hey, and a little bit of a bragging point too that we got to bring up. This week, 3 million people watched our shows between WTF Nation Radio and U.S. Army WTF Moments across all of the platforms.
Raise the roof. Salute to the people that bring the eyes and the listenership over to U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. That's what's up. Okay,
3 million of y'all.
I'm hoping that what I can provide over here at the sports bar as well as Coach, we bring y'all some entertainment, we bring y'all some knowledge, we bring you some laughs, okay? And that you follow along with us. We will be back next Sunday. It is Super Bowl Sunday. Next show is going to be a little bit different. Coach, we're going to watch the Super Bowl with the viewers. Now, due to copywriting and stuff, we can't have it up live, all right? We just simply can't do that. But we're going to go on a little bit later, okay? And we're going to watch the second half of the Super Bowl with the viewers, comment about what's going on live as well. So come on back. I know some of y'all might be having Super Bowl parties and things like that, eating wings, drinking beer. Come on back with us, all right? Next Sunday, we will be on, I'd say around 8:30-ish, kind of like how we did today.
A little bit after Rihanna.
A little bit after Riri. Okay, y'all know I gotta get me some Riri. Them Island Girls? Woo. Hey, Michelle, I'm just saying. you know I like me some Island Girls. All right. So I appreciate the chat for popping in. Thank you, Michelle. She wrote congratulations. Joshua McMullen said great show and thank you as well. Coach, it's been a pleasure, my man. You've been
absolutely
awesome,
pleasure,
and
buddy.
I will see you next week.
Hell yeah.
Salute.